we go again.
Ace Kennedy. We got a laundry list. Where you want to start, bro?
Let's just jump right into WrestleMania, bro. I'm too hyped.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
First of all, did you watch WrestleMania?
I did. Now I didn't watch every single match.
Yeah.
But I did watch
The
Of
ones
course, I watched the
for.
main. I watched the ones that I cared for. Yes.
So your favorite match was your favorite match has to be Gunther and Sami Zayn.
Listen, I'm not gonna even lie. I didn't hate it as much as I hate him.
What is it about Gunther that you don't like, bro? Because he's like, go ahead.
He's so like this. He's so like, okay. Here's what I don't like. Even the classic heel, right? The bad guy. I'm talking about before the Attitude Eras, right? I'm talking about the Iron Sheiks of the world, the honky tonk mans of the world, all of those guys. Like all of those dudes had like some like signature movement or something that was like, okay, you know what? They're bad guys, but they're athletically gifted to where they're talented, where they could just be a baby face. They're just heels for the sake of stories, telling a story. I get it. I think that Gunther, to me, his character is just so vanilla, right? I think that this whole ring general thing, I'm like, bro, how is you gonna be the ring general when you have the most mid moves ever? Listen, when I saw him go on the top ropes and do that splash, it looked how I thought he would look if he got on the top rope. And he reminds me of one of those old heels where Hulk Hogan never got on the top ropes, right? Like that far back. So I don't know, bro. I just don't. There's nothing about him. At least with Baron Corbin, he can talk on the mic, even though I hate him. His finish move is dope. And I can see as a big man, he can actually move. I just don't particularly care for him. With Gunther, bro, there is just nothing all about his boots. His boots look dope. I give him that. His boots look dope.
Yeah. Well, this is what's interesting to me. Do you like Cena?
I do like Cena.
So it's interesting to me that you say that Gunther has basic moves when Cena has pretty basic moves.
Yeah. Cena has more charisma. Cena has more explosive moves, the ones that he do. Like, I don't even know what Gunther's finishing move is. He might just finish you with a sleeper hold. That's how basic he is, though, bro. What is his finish?
I don't know, because
that's my point. That Cena's finishing it.
No. The difference, though, right, is because Gunther came at a time in WWE when I stopped watching Raw. The reason why I know who he is because of the streak that he has, right? And I've seen a couple of indies matches with him. What I know a lot of people like, especially the actual competitors, like about him is his consistency. Like, he's one of those you're gonna get a hard hitting match, and it was something that WWE necessarily didn't have with, like, when you hear people say that Nakamura is the king of the strong style, right? Where the strikes a little bit more harder. To me, Gunther would fit better with AEW with the way he wrestles. And so with that, like, he doesn't do the more bigger moves, but the only now the thing I do know about Gunther, though, his chops, something is serious.
That's all I ever hear. That's all I hear, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know.
What was your favorite part about WrestleMania then?
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, bro. It's probably Jade Cargill, bro. Now listen, bro. Every time I see her, I'm just reminded of how fine she is, bro. She is so fine, bro. Like this is gonna sound very creepy coming from a married guy. And I think, like usually when I see somebody who have a female with a ripped up six pack, I just be like, you know what? That's just a little manly to me, though, bro. Her stomach makes you want to lick her stomach to me, though, bro. Every time I see her stomach in pictures, whatever, it makes you want to lick her abs, almost like I think I remember Janet Jackson having a scene where she licked some dude's stomach. Like she has that. Like she is, and then listen, her color, her brown color, flawless. Like I'm talking about her skin complexion, flawless. She seems like for her to be a wrestler, she doesn't have a single scar on her body that I've ever seen. Like she is absolutely perfect. Like I'm talking about if I've ever seen any person in life that I thought no flaws. She is actually it though. So even seeing her for 5 minutes, I thought that it was incredible. Now, what I liked about seeing her is the fact that I do like in this particular with the grand stage of WrestleMania that I like seeing her with Bianca Belair and with Naomi only because I don't think that a lot of the black wrestlers, female wrestlers, get as much shine. So for them to wrestle kind of as this little faction for the time being, I think that that's pretty dope.
Well, look, I'll give you my favorite part here in just a minute because you brought up something that I'm interested in. So there was a shift in WrestleMania this particular time because this is like the Paul Levesque era, the Triple H era. Like we are in it. There's no Vince McMahon whatsoever. Like they came out and said it at least 17 times alone. This is a new era. Like we had the Attitude era, we had the PG era. Like we are definitely in Triple H's domain. This was all Triple H. Even though Bruce Pritchard came out there, which we'll kind of get into a little bit later. Like this was a Triple H production, which was cool because even Stephanie came out there, which the reason why I mentioned Bruce Pritchard and Stephanie is because of the fact that them two are very linked to Vince McMahon in the fact that Stephanie was kind of named in the lawsuit as like officer number 3 or something like that. But she came on out there and she even was like, nah, Triple H, my husband is running it. Like this is all him. So
Smart.
yeah, and all the wrestlers seemed very happy about it because they did stuff that was very against what Vince McMahon normally typically would do. Like there hasn't been a national anthem for the WW for the WrestleMania in quite some time because Vince didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Vince was always like America the Beautiful. That's it. But they had the girl Coco Jones out there singing it. You know what I'm saying? So
I love Coco Jones, bro. I
yeah,
absolutely love her. Love Coco Jones, bro.
yeah, she did her thing. So my favorite part of WrestleMania, bro, by far, and I mean by far, was the final boss, The Rock.
Yeah. So that was the to me that was the most obvious one, right? That I didn't want to just go right there,
Yeah,
but
but it
I
makes
agree
sense,
with
though.
you.
It makes sense. For one, we come from that era, right? But I think I was more impressed with the fact that The Rock took this seriously. He went through a 12-week program as far as dieting, working out. Like he posted a lot of stuff on IG. Um, but he looked like The Rock. Like he didn't look like a shell of The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like he did all the Rock moves. The only thing I ain't see him do was the pop up, which I'm not even finna trip off of that.
He's too buff. I just wonder if he could do the pop up.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He slimmed up for WrestleMania though, because he ain't as buff. He went on. He talked about his diet, bro, and he cut out a lot of carbs. He cut out a lot of. He had a deficit of a lot of things that was in his diet, and you can tell because he was not as big as he was. I think what he was scared of because when he was that big the last time he wrestled, when he wrestled Cena 8 years ago,
Yeah.
he tore his uh
Yeah.
muscles off the bone, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think he wanted to be that big to wrestle, but I just thought for somebody who doesn't do it on a regular basis versus Roman Reigns who does it the majority of the time, but Cody Rhodes who does it all the time, Seth Rollins who does it all the time, you know, those guys in comparison to doing what The Rock did, even Triple H was like, bro, I was in awe. It's not easy to come back for a one match and for him to be that intuitive to what the crowd was doing and how he was, Rock took, Rock what 50 now, and he got rock bottom through a table, bruh. Like, and he said he felt good. Like he said afterwards he felt good. Like I'm just like, bro, there's some bumps you ain't taking. But so outside of that being my favorite part, I will say the other unsung hero that's probably not getting as much shine that should, because they were a key element to all of WrestleMania, is Seth Rollins. Like, if Seth Rollins doesn't lose the world championship, right? That doesn't set up the CM Punk angle, which then doesn't set up the Damian Priest angle. And then Seth Rollins being involved with all of the bloodline stuff, including on night 2 where he came back in full shield garb, and where they were able to do the angle where Roman Reigns hits him in the back, representative of him getting hit in the back 10 years ago. Like, all of that, to me, Seth Rollins is the unsung hero. He took 2 big L's both nights, you know what I'm saying? In order, and what was crazy is because even after the show was like trying to go off, he was still limping. So I'm like, man, is he still selling the injury, or is he for real hurt again? So that's what I'm kind of concerned with. I didn't watch Raw after Mania. I think I got it recorded. I did see The Rock and Cody Rhodes' promo on The Rock after Mania, which that was pretty dope because they set up some dope stuff. So, but yeah, those were my big moments. Seth Rollins and The Rock.
I'm gonna tell you this. I think that I think, bro, that the one thing that I do like is I like the ultimate story, right? I think that ultimately, like you can't see Cody lose on day one and then also lose on day two, because then it's like I thought Cody was gonna win, but then it's like if you don't win, then what are you out here even in contention for?
It,
So
it
that
ain't.
made sense.
It's not even that. You can't make Cody lose 2 years in a row,
Two
because
years in a row.
you
Get him
know
out of
when
here
he
then.
yeah, because you the thing is when he left AEW, I'm pretty sure in his contract he had to have, or not even in the contract, in the conversation, he had to be like, listen, bro, you know why I'm coming back. I am coming back to be in the main event scene. I'm not coming back to no Stardust
And
role.
card,
Yeah,
yeah.
no. I gotta be in. Like, I was a EVP at a whole nother company. Went away and built myself up and came back as a prodigal son to basically be the man over here. So you can't have Cody lose twice, especially because tomorrow we get the documentary on what actually happened as far as why we got to, The Rock and Seth and Cody and Roman in night 1, and to get to the main event for night 2. So yeah, all that to say, man, WrestleMania to me was great.
It
Um,
was the worst moment.
the worst moment, um, let me see here, because probably, and I don't gonna say the worst moment, but definitely the match that I didn't really care to watch was the Rey Mysterio and them match. uh Andrade, and they had Jason Kelsey come in there and with Dom and all of that. You know, okay.
And listen, I think what was funny is that so because I haven't been watching Raw like that, right? I saw
Yeah.
that yesterday when Dom got up there. And so when they all the judgment day is out there, right? And it's just the ones who don't have belts, right? So
JD.
Rhea Ripley isn't up there, and Damian Priest ain't up there, right? So the homie was up there talking. What's my boy? Finn Balor's up there talking. So Finn Balor's talking, and he finally gives it on over to Dom, though, bro. And I think it's hilarious that they boo him so bad. Like he couldn't get it where it reminded me of the old Vicky Guerrero booing though, man. And so he's talking the whole time, and you can barely hear what he's saying at all. And I thought that was hilarious. I think the
Oh,
worst to me, the driest of dry spots, definitely was the Usos match, though, bro.
yeah, I didn't
It
even
was
you
so
know, yeah, and they
it
had
was so
now,
corny to me.
yeah, they had 11 minutes and they did not utilize them 11 minutes, bro.
None.
It especially I think the letdown for me, not necessarily even the match, it was because you already had the bloodline story built into this. But these two, before the storyline of the bloodline, had talked about their pinnacle moment for them would be for them to wrestle one another at WrestleMania. They
Yeah.
got that opportunity and it was just womp womp. Like I
It
was
was
so
nothing.
disappointed. And I
Nothing
love the
very
Usos,
highlight.
bro.
Just saying.
Yes.
Nothing memorable whatsoever.
It was just a bunch of super kicks, right? And then you got Jimmy out here like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and then Jay like, it
I
was
do
so
like, you know what, though? I'm gonna tell you this. I do like that they gave people the opportunity to finally have their moment. So, like
yeah.
Sami Zayn finally having his moment, R Truth finally having his moment,
I
right?
love the
And then
R
even
Truth
with
thing.
the Usos, brother, yeah, even with the Usos, them having that particular moment. I think Bailey, I don't know that she's necessarily won on
She
that
did.
level. Yeah,
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 yeah.
she won, but I don't know that in the past that she won on
Right.
that level.
Well, even still though, right? Even Drew McIntyre. The last time Drew won, it was in front of no fans. He beat Brock Lesnar for the belt. So they at least gave him that, even though the storyline obviously is for Damian Priest to get it. But the fact that he got to win it in front of fans, I thought that was dope because it was still a nod, like, look, we're gonna
Way.
take care of you.
I'm by the way, man, I'm not mad. Like I do like that. Let's just say as a wrestling fan, I'm
Mhm.
not mad that Seth Rollins is no longer the champion. I think that I'm tired of seeing some of the same old people with the belts.
Well, my thing is that I think Steph is seriously hurt. Like I said, I can't confirm that. I haven't heard anybody talk about it, but I think he was planning to take some time off anyway after WrestleMania because even Becky was sick. Becky had 102 temp before her match with Rhea Ripley. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
them two are in contract negotiations with the WWE right now anyway. I don't see them leaving going anywhere, but I think they were going to take some time off anyway because they've been going so hard anyway. But ultimately though, man, like I said, I think WrestleMania was dope. It was one of those spectacles. It was like one of those like real hot buzzwords going into the weekend, especially with everything The Rock, Cody, Seth, and Roman had been setting up for everything, them going on ESPN, Pat McAfee and all of those people and just getting everybody hyped up. Even and I'm gonna even say this, right? Even the CM Punk Ariel Hawani interview that he did was still great fire for WrestleMania because you know we knew Punk kind of said it in that interview, like, bro, I'm ready to go. Like they are trying to keep me from myself. So the fact that him and Scott Psychopath is about to get into their program, I think is super dope. Like I'm excited for that. I'm CM Punk looked genuinely happy for Cody at the end of it, man. Which I thought that whole thing and him bringing out Triple H and everybody at the end of that, like you could tell the company was really like, nah, we got the skyrocket on this dude's back. But what I was bringing up about the Raw after Mania, so The Rock basically did this. Him and Cody did this angle where he was like, "Yo, he said, "Listen, I salute you. You did your thing. You finished your story. Whoop de whoop." And so he was like, I'm a collector of belts." And he said, "I've I've held all of the titles, but I haven't held that one." He said, "Can I hold it?" And so Cody the crowd is like, don't do it, don't do it." And Cody was like, "I'll let you hold mine if you let me hold yours." So he gave him the People's Champion belt. Rock picks it up. He's kind of holding it, puts it on his shoulder, poses for a minute. He was like, "Looks kind of nice." So he gives it back, and the crowd is like, "This is awkward. This is awkward." Somebody from the crowd said, your belt is fake." And The Rock said, "Nah, nah, nah, nah. My belt ain't fake. My belt is from Muhammad Ali's widow." And we had this whole thing where I asked him, could I have the name of the people's champion? He blessed me with it, and she gave me this at the Hall of Fame. So nah, this belt ain't fake. And so he gives Cody something. He said, don't break my heart again. He said, you don't even have to open your hand. You know what that is. And he sticks it in his pocket. The fact, and he said, look, your story is over with Roman. He said, but because you beat him in the center of the ring, 1, 2, 3. He said, but your story with me is just beginning. Because just 24 hours before that, I beat you in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Super, super cold. Like, bro, they already setting it up for The Rock and Cody, bro. And I just them two is they got great chemistry. And I'm low key, if I'm Roman, I'm a little mad that that was like that be more people wanted to see Cody and Rock than they did want to see Cody versus Roman.
I think it's because here's one thing about it. I think that people are getting tired of only seeing Roman part time. So it's like if you're only gonna see him part time, and I've seen you for 3 years for part time, though. I'm not missing nothing.
Yeah, but I mean The Rock is part-time. I mean, The Rock ain't been there for eight
Yeah, but
years.
still, I can see another person part time. I'm tired of it. I don't blame him. I'm tired of it. Like I said, I'm tired of seeing the same people with the belts.
Yeah.